Hello, this is Anna Olsen with A1R Radio, and today we're going to have a follow-up from last week's show. And I'd like to really just reiterate that we're getting in our last entries for the reading done by me. So I just want to say this is the last week before you have the chance to enter in to get a one-on-one reading with me. This is personal. This is live. This is either with me on the phone, on the video, or in person, whatever is most convenient for you. Again, the way to do it is to go to annaolsenintuitive.com and you can click on the little lines to the right of the screen, upper right-hand corner. It's basically just a business card type website. So it's very, very simple to navigate. You're going to go into contact and you're going to send me an email there with your name and your phone number and the word medium. So last week I had a show on mediumship and some details about that. And some astrology, we did a reading last week and then the week before on how the planets have been a little crazy lately. So just to reiterate, the planets, there have been 5 planets in retrograde, including Mercury, that can make things a little crazy. And what happens when these planets are all in retrograde, including Mercury, is it can affect the way that people behave. Now, I want to just put a little more emphasis on the fact that our bodies are a huge percentage of water. What is it that is in our bodies that is affected by any exterior force or energy or effect? That is water. We know that the full moon affects the tides in the ocean. I kind of went over this at the last show, but the basis of it is that our bodies are made up of mostly water, and that the planets, because we are made of the same stuff, the same space stuff as our planets, that we are in fact affected by where they are. It's magnetism, it's the force, it's the gravity, it's everything from elements to space force. So we have these bodies that just respond to the full moon. We have bodies that respond with our behavior to these planetary alignments, and it's going to make people more likely to act a little crazy. Our communication is going to be a little messed up. I know myself in particular, I've had a few things the past couple of weeks where we definitely have had some miscommunications, some emotional energy. There's been some things that have been very difficult for us to navigate around. And that's also been during the psychic fair I did this last weekend. We had a little bit of craziness with the energy there. So I'm hearing this from all angles. And again, the concept is to wait until the planets are out of retrograde, especially Mercury. It's going to be extremely difficult until then, just because we have all of these planets all over the place doing their thing, and that's just what they do. The good news about this is it's a really, really good time to bring up old stuff. It's a really good time to work out anything that we've been trying to process, to leave the old behind and to welcome the new, to basically just trust the process that we have seasons of life. And this whole planetary issue is going to end. It's going to be the ebb and flow of the entire universe. Life is about ebb and flow. And one of the things that I really love about doing readings is getting feedback later on about people who have had readings. A lot of stuff has come up energetically. This is subconscious stuff coming up and out of the woodwork, and we get to process that energy, move it around, let them kind of feel it and process it in the forefront of their mind, and to allow that these things that are happening in our lives is normal, and it's a process, and that is how we learn spiritually. That's how our minds learn. Even as a developing child, we have to go through quite a process that is oftentimes very frustrating and painful just to develop. And that's why I wanted to go into also the meaning of past lives. Now, many people have different ideas and beliefs about reincarnation, and my own personal my own personal issue with the reincarnation is not an issue, but my own personal belief and my own personal everything with the reincarnation is that through our life cycle, we reincarnate. That could be from even 1 second to the next. So I believe that I will be a different reincarnated person after I do this radio show. So here I am doing a radio show. It's a wonderful experience. I am learning, growing, thinking, speaking, and after the radio show, I will have grown a little, have a little more life experience. So this is just a small example of, in my life, how I believe reincarnation ensues. So you start from a small child, and we all grow into an adult, or whatever age you are, teenager, adult. And during this process, we learn, develop, grow, process different types of trauma, different types of life experiences. And in the interim, we end up reincarnating into sometimes a completely different person than how we started out. So either way, we're going to develop, we're going to grow, we're going to age, we're going to be totally different in whatever way I believe we agreed to develop and grow before we came here in our life contract. So again, I wanted to just let everybody know that you can enter to win a reading by me. This is the last week to do it. I'm going to announce the winner on next show. That you can get a free reading by me going to my website, AnnaOlsenIntuitive.com. Click on Contact under the little lines on the right upper hand corner of the screen, and just go into Messages and message the word medium with your name and your phone number. And you'll be entered into a drawing to win a reading free with me in person or on the phone or video. Now, if you'd like to get a reading from me next week, I'd love to do one for you. Today I'm not going to take a call, but next week you can definitely go to askoneradio.com, and it will give you the phone number and all the information you need to call in to be chosen to get a free reading on the air live. So I will be doing that next week. I will also be choosing the winner to whoever won my reading. And that's going to be next week, Thursday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is my weekly time to do my show. And in addition, you can go to the website as well to listen live on askoneradio.com. And we're also on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, all over the place. You can download the app, A1R, Psychic Radio Network. So you just look on any operating system, Google Play, Apple, iTunes. It's on any operating system and podcast. So basically you can access it anywhere. Again, my own personal website is AnnaOlsenIntuitive.com, and I'm really excited in the next upcoming weeks because I'm going to have some really wonderful guests, some being specialists, some people having to do with psychology, some people having to do with law enforcement, others having to do with their own experience as a psychic or as an intuitive, and how they have had the experience of helping others with their gifts. So I can't wait to have some guests on the show. We're going to be doing that in the upcoming weeks. So be sure to listen every Thursday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And of course, also 101.5 FM in Greenville, South Carolina. So again, live on askoneradio.com. I also do Reiki, as I am a Stanford trained Reiki practitioner. I can also do distance Reiki, and that is also another type of reading, which usually picks up on the major organ systems of the body. You can also kind of view that as the chakras. And I can also do space clearings. Now, what is a space clearing? I'd like to go into what a space clearing is today. A space clearing is when you come into a house and you're not quite sure why it feels the way it feels. So you go into a building. Sometimes it's an old building with a certain energy. Sometimes it is a house. Sometimes it's just a barn, or if somebody's in a camping area, it could be anywhere where other humans and even animals have lived and died or had experiences, both traumatic or good experiences. Now, what that does is we know, I like to base everything on science, and this is where I like to tie in how it works and why this sort of work does what it does. So with energy is real. It's stored into things. You know, we even can identify energy as chemicals in the body, hormones. You know, adrenal glands have a lot to do with these hormones. Norepinephrine, adrenaline, cortisol. These are all hormones that our body produces to produce a fight or flight response. Now, these different hormones also have energy behind them. So whenever someone or something, or whenever somebody has an experience in a building, the surroundings, it's basically like a vortex is created there. I don't know how to explain it other than we have energy that's left in different places as an essence that is real science-based energy. It's not our imaginations because too many people pick up on the exact same thing and say the exact same thing about the same exact places. So what happens is when there's either suicide, a murder, somebody with bad energy, once they're gone, they're not actually completely gone. And I don't know how else to describe it other than their energy stays. And anybody who has said, oh, I feel a weird vibe in this or in this place, or I feel a weird vibe in this building. I do that. And then when I also go into a building, I can tell you exactly who is there, why they're there, what they're doing there, why they can't seem to leave. And other times, I just realize that the walls and the wood and the paint and the whatever, the carpet, the flooring, it's absorbed a vibe. And humans are intelligent. We were made to be intelligent. We were not made to brainlessly walk like zombies through the world, not picking up on anything. That doesn't even make sense. We were designed, we are capable of feeling these vibes. And so if you ever go into a building or a house and you just suddenly get nervous, so you suddenly just start to feel uneasy or not okay, just moody. Some people get angry. Some people get just feeling like they're shaking or there's anxiety they can't really describe. That's your nervous system telling you that there's a problem. It's picking up on something that happened there. So humans that come before us leave messages for the next human to say, look, this is not a safe place, or this happened here. That's how our bodies, that's how our minds are designed. So when we go into the surroundings and we feel the nervousness or the trauma of another human being, it really is telling us this is not safe. And this is something that I really want to go into about how we really need to trust these feelings and not take them to heart as if it's always our own issue. If you're not having an issue at that exact time, feeling the nervousness when you go into a space, that means that you very well could be picking up on something else unless you had a high dose of caffeine or you took something else into your body that would make you have a stimulated effect or a depressive effect or something like that. This is why like many intuitives feel different about alcohol, and I'll go into that later. But for the time being, basically, we have quite a bit of senses, quite a bit more senses than most people really want to acknowledge or really talk about. So when we go into a space like this and we have this energy in the walls, the floors, the building, sometimes you can put on the entire house and you'll still have this stuff there. Well, why is that? Sometimes it's energy in the surroundings that's absorbed, and that is our basic warning that there could be something wrong there. You know, like maybe back in the day, many eons ago or whatever, you know, a big old woolly mammoth would have been there, and it would be like, watch out for this woolly mammoth in this cave here, you guys, be careful. So it really is a psychic. There is really an actual reason why we have this sense, and it's a problem when there's no reason to be scared anymore. There's no woolly mammoth nearby. There's, you know, no bear in a cave, and you're in a house with your kids, and everybody feels on edge all the time. That is an issue. This can be cleared in many ways that are scientifically proven. As a matter of fact, saging an area is one way that you can clear the energy and renew it and get it ready for a reprogram of sorts, of reprogramming it into something positive, reprogramming it into light, love, all of the good stuff. So when I go into a space and I feel something there, it could be a few different things. One thing is that it could be what was left behind from other people who had a traumatic experience in the space. The other thing it could be is that there is a spirit there. There's an entity, there's an actual person who has chosen to stay, who, I know a lot of people say that they're actually stuck there, but I really do believe inherently that we always have the choice to move on. We always can look at that even when we pass and we're in a place where I think most of the time they just don't want to, they're not choosing to leave because they feel that that's their comfortable place. So there's a few things that you can do. You can ask to be, and you can discuss things with this spirit. And I have not done that recently in depth, but I know that that is one way that I have personally been able to be comfortable at least with an entity in a space, and then it was clear. But you can also energetically clear the space where the energy, the essence, the warning sign that high stress, fight or flight hormone is absorbed into the surroundings. That is another way that you can scientifically cleanse and reprogram. And back to the sage, saging has been proven to clean bacteria out of the air. So anything in the air that has to do with contaminants, I kind of wondered if surgeons would start to use sage. I know they have other means of doing so, but they basically could. Sage is so cleansing, even on a scientific level, that scientists have now proven that when you sage an area, it cleans all the contaminants and bacteria and viruses in the air in the room. And it is then ready to be inhabited in a clean, productive way. Somebody sneezes in the room or whatever, and they use sage, it kills all of that bacteria. So we know that for a fact scientifically now, and the more time that goes on, the more that scientists are able to prove these things. So this is just a step closer into what many people, such as shamans or psychics or healers, have known for many, many, many years. This is not new stuff, you guys. It's very, very old. It's been practiced forever. I mean, it's been practiced for so long. We have the Egyptians, even in Egypt, with their cleansing techniques and their, burning incense in Catholic churches for as long as, you can go back in Catholic church. So this is just something that I just really urge everybody to investigate on their own, and even to just, learn about on their own all of the science behind these things, and to test it out. If you're not sure, why not test it out? If you've heard that there's something good about it and you want to try it out, test it out, see if it works. That's my main scientific fact-based procedure. I learn about something, I think about it, and I go, oh, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Usually I'm kind of rolling my eyes, to be honest, and thinking, well, that sounds kind of out there, but I'm going to try it anyway, because there could be a scientific basis to this that I don't quite understand yet. Try it out, see what happens, and see what you can take away from it. So everything that I personally practice, I have tested, I have gone through with the testing and results, very scientific basis. That's my way of testing it out. That's the same way I do readings. And I was real excited at the psychic fair in Arroyo Grande this last weekend that I did, to have a woman come in who was desperately missing her father, who she lost through death. We were able to connect by me touching her father's ring, which was still in her hand. So it was basically holding onto her hand and going through all the wonderful memories that she had of her father, and I was able to give her messages from her father through this ring. That's one way that I can prove that this is real. It is energetic. There is some sort of signal, energy, message, some way of, if you want to say it's electric, going from his spirit, his essence, his memory through the ring. I knew he was there with us, and everything that I was talking about panned out, and she had such a joy that, I just really want to express to others how real it is, how healing it is, and how much more we get to learn about this. so incredible and so amazing. And more people get readings than you would ever believe. There's many, many confidential readings done, and I've sat down with many, many people that you wouldn't suspect, anywhere from the district attorney's office um, to people in TV or just law enforcement, just any sort of career that you can imagine. People come to psychics and they benefit greatly from it. It's been a long time practice of healing, light work, love. And again, I urge anybody who gets a reading, if it doesn't feel right, you can always try again later. Because even like some readers have a bad day, and it's really important that you get a great, wonderful experience out of it. It should be healing. So that said, I'd love to get people signed up, a few more people signed up for my classes that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing them locally, and I'm going to be doing them online. So if you're interested in a class on learning your intuition, learning how to read, learning how to do medium work, and even just connecting to your own guides, you can go to my website and you can reach me, email me, call me, AnnaOlsenIntuitive.com. And I also do events. I also love to do events. I love to speak. I have done many events so far, parties, different types of healings, and I've been able to speak about different topics for people who are interested, who are willing to learn about all of that. You can also book a website reading with me, like on my website. You just click on the schedule an appointment and book an appointment. You can reach me and book an appointment. Have any questions, go ahead and email me, and I'll do my best to get back to you, or to have any of my staff get back to you as well. So next week I'm going to be doing a reading, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to exhibit more mediumship readings, because they're so healing and they're so interesting and fun. And it's so neat to talk to others about their loved one. You've never met them, you've never seen them before in your life, and all of a sudden you're feeling their sun. You're seeing the love that they share. You're seeing that, this woman's father, I was able to feel the love that he had for his daughter, and it was amazing. You come out on cloud nine, and so does the person receiving the reading, and it's just been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience. I would love for more people to understand it. I would love for more people to do that with me and to be able to share that with others. So again, if you would like a reading, askwhenradio.com. You can also visit me on my website, AnnaOlsenIntuitive.com. You can download the podcast, A1R Radio, on any operating system, or listen live on the AskWhenRadio.com website. And we're going to have a lot of guests next week and the weeks following that I'm really, really excited about. I can't wait to touch base with other intuitives and to exhibit how we communicate and what that looks like, because it is a different culture. And I am so happy to have found my people. I'm so happy to exhibit that for others so that they can understand the culture more, because it is mostly hidden. And I am excited to share that with others and explain in detail what it means and why we do what we do, why we are the way we are, and our nature. It's a really, really fun way to connect with others and to just describe to others, even that are still in their psychic closet, because I just came out of my closet 2 or 3 years ago, but to share with the people who haven't come out of their psychic closet yet that they're okay, that there are people like you, that you're okay just the way you are. As a matter of fact, you have a lot to share with the world. And anybody who wants to work on their intuition or identify their intuitive gifts and talents, I'm extremely excited to teach this to them. So stay tuned and visit me on my next show. I'm excited to share this with everyone. I can't wait to go over it more. And I am just elated with all I have to offer with other people just understanding and learning about intuition. So tune in with me next time. Don't forget my website, Anna Olsen Intuitive, and call the number on AskWhenRadio.com if you'd like a reading. I really want to talk to you. I love talking to people all around the world, Canada, all these different countries, different states, and I'm very, very excited to speak with you. Enter my website to win, and call in and get a reading. I'm so happy to talk to you. And that's about it for this week. I can't wait to see you again next week. And go ahead and give me a call or contact me if you need anything, if you'd like to know more about my classes. And those will be on the website soon. So thanks so much for listening, and I will see you next week.